Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about the histology of the ileum. The ileum is the terminal part of the small intestine. The ileum, as that of jejunum and duodenum, consists of 4 layers: the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis propria and the serosa. The mucosa has 3 layers: epithelium, lamina propria, muscularis mucosa. The submucosa has a plexus called as Mison's plexus. It is also called as submucosal plexus. And the third layer is the muscularis propria. It contains the inner smooth muscle circular layer and the outer longitudinal muscle layer. In between these two muscle layers, there is a plexus called as Auerbach's or the mesenteric plexus. The fourth layer is the serosa or the adventitia. Mucosa and submucosa are thrown into numerous circular folds called as plica circularis. You can note them here. These are the plica circularis and these are the folds. These are permanent folds and do not disappear on distension of the intestine. The function of these plica circularis is to increase the surface area and to slow down the passage of the food. The intestinal villi are the finger-like projections of the mucosa, that is the mucosa that have inner lining epithelium, lamina propria and the muscularis. The function of these villi are to increase the surface area of absorption. Coming to the epithelial lining of the mucosa, the epithelium is made up of simple columnar epithelium. And these epithelium consist of 3 types of cells: the enterocytes or the absorptive cells for the process of absorption, the goblet cells for lubrication, and the enteroendocrine cells for the production of hormones. So these are the cells. The enterocytes have the microvilli, that is the breast border, and they have membrane bound enzymes. Those are involved in digestion. The second type is the goblet cells. They lubricate and protect the intestinal surfaces. The third type is the enteroendocrine cell. They secrete various kinds of hormones like cholecystokinin and secretin. This is the structure of the enteroendocrine cell. Those releases the hormone into secretion and they have the vagal neuron. Coming to the second layer of the mucosa, it is the lamina propria. It contains crypts of Lieberkühn. Those are also called as tubular intestinal glands. And these crypts of Lieberkühn consist of these cells: the stem cells or the undifferentiated cells, enterocytes with microvilli, goblet cells, Paneth cells, and the enteroendocrine cells. You can note all the cells here. This is the endocrine cell, the goblet cell, the Paneth cell. This is the important point in the ileum. The lamina propria of the ileum consists of M cells. These are helpful for attracting the bacteria, viruses and the parasites into the mucous layer. These M cells hand over the bacteria and the viruses to the Peyer's patches for the further process of immunity. You can note this in the diagram. These are the M cells. The bacteria and parasites come inside and they are destroyed by these lymph follicles called as Peyer's patches, which are present more in the ileum. Other than all the regular components, lamina propria contains aggregation of 10 to 160 circular masses of lymphoid follicles. These are known as the Peyer's patches. This is the important point to note in the ileum. They may get invaded into the submucosa. So these are the lymph nodules or the Peyer's patches. Muscularis mucosa. It is the third layer of the mucosa layer. It has inner circular smooth muscles, outer longitudinal smooth muscles, and few smooth muscle fibers passes into the core villus. They provide movement for the mucosa. So remember guys, muscularis mucosae, that is the third layer of mucosa, helps in providing movement for the mucosa. The second layer of the ileum is the submucosa. It is covered by dense irregular connective tissue and is invaded by the Peyer's patches. It has blood vessels and it has submucosal or the Meissner's plexus, which regulate the GI secretions and the blood flow. The third layer is the muscularis externa. As you know, it has the outer longitudinal smooth muscle layer, which helps in the peristalsis, and the inner smooth muscle layer for the sphinctic action. Remember these two muscles and don't get confused with the muscularis mucosae of the mucosal membrane. In between these two muscles, there is a plexus called as mesenteric plexus or the Arubax plexus, which help in the GI motility. The last layer of the ileum is the serosa. The part which covers the peritoneum is called as serosa, and it is lined by simple squamous epithelium. So guys, this is all about the histology of the ileum, and this completes the histology of the small intestine. For more videos of histology and anatomy, subscribe to my channel.